Hey YouTubers, morning, Rob Moffat. Great day in America. Guys, this is going to be an unusual video. I've got over 600 videos, I think close to 200 are do-it-yourself videos. I thought today I would do a video on do-it-yourself videos I've done that are failures. It's sort of a meta video, a video about a video. One of the reasons I thought I'd do that is because today, while I'm attempting to do a video, my dog is 16 years old and sadly thinks she's 6 months old and is running back and forth making a ton of noise. My neighbor has got construction tools going on and off. I thought I'd just sort of let you guys go through what I have to go through to make some of my videos. I've never put up a failure video. I've never showed you the stuff that failed. So I thought it'd be fun to show you sort of behind the scenes what goes on, me coming up with crazy ideas and trying to make something and having it work, and showing you how sometimes it doesn't work and the reasons why. About a month ago, there she goes again. She's going to run into the wall. I made a video letting you guys know there's going to be a contest. Oops. You crazy mutt. It's concrete, Sacrete one bag wonder challenge. You make something out of a bag of concrete and you enter it, and you could win $2,500. But it's just the fun of entering and fun of making stuff. Who cares if you win? And I thought to myself, what could I make? And that's how it all starts. What can I make? Because nobody twists my arm to make any of this stuff. Like I said, I've got over 600 videos. Been making one a week at least for 10 years. Nobody twists my arm. This is what I just like to do. It's something I enjoy. Don't tell anybody. I'd probably pay YouTube to do this crap. But I was thinking, what can I do with concrete? Well, there's a video that's very popular. It's called the Swedish torch. It's where somebody took a log and split it into 4 pieces and buried it in the ground with part of it sticking up and set it on fire. And their cooking utensils and pans and pots could sit on top of the logs while it was burning, and they could cook with it. It was sort of interesting. It's got millions of views. And a lot of people have made similar views. Once people get a video that's popular, everybody comes out of the woodwork trying to make one. But I was thinking, what could I do? I live in an apartment. I don't live in the woods. I was thinking I could make sort of a stove, and stove videos are popular too. So I had an old lunchbox, a school kid lunchbox, Dr. Pepper. I'm a Pepper lunchbox. I could make that into a stove, and I said I could make it into a Swedish torch stove, something nobody's done. That's what I love to do, something nobody's done. And I was thinking, I don't have logs, but I got 2x4s, 1x2s, 2x3s. So I took a 2x3 and cut it into 6-inch pieces, and I was thinking, for the concrete contest, I could get some concrete and put it in the bottom of the lunchbox, about 2 or 3 inches, and have the pieces of wood glued down inside and covered with something so they wouldn't stick to the concrete when it's set. And then pull it out, and I'd have an indentations to always place pieces of wood. And I could also put some tubes in there and make some sort of combustion chamber, and then have a way for air to get to the burning center of where the wood is going to be burning. So you'd increase the combustion and burning of the material you're using. And I was also thinking, well, when you go camping, you get a lot of twigs. You don't always have big wood. If we had little nails on the end of the wood facing the combustion chamber in the center, I could lay pieces of twigs vertical and make like a vertical fire, just like the pieces of wood it would be, and make a vertical wood stove. And the more I played around with it, the more interested it became to me. So as time came near to make it, I started realizing, well, let's say I do this. Where am I going to set it on fire? I live in an apartment. I can't do it on my balcony. They'd go crazy if I did that. And outside, you can't have open flame. They would make a big stink about that. So I'd have to get in my car and drive 45 minutes to go to some campground where there's a grill I could burn and make stuff. And I have to set up my camera and have people probably watching me and seeing me using I'm a Pepper lunchbox was just too much. I didn't know if I could take the embarrassment, especially if it didn't work. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm going to try something simpler, a little easier that I don't have to spend. I'd have to spend 3 hours driving, probably an hour and a half messing around with the stove. Then you want to do it also at nighttime where you get a nice flame. So let me try something simpler. I said, I can make a fishing magnet. A lot of people are messing around with magnets to fish off bridges and stuff and see what's down the bottom. And it's kind of a fun hobby. And I took a tuna fish can and some neodymium magnets and the concrete, but I couldn't find the type of concrete that doesn't have aggregate that you use to make tabletops, like kitchen counters and so on. I could just find regular concrete that had the big pieces of aggregate in it, so it didn't go in the can very well. I couldn't sink the magnets in too well. I was going to use little tiny bolts with washers to stick down into the concrete. That way, when it's set, the magnets wouldn't pop out. But my downfall was, for some reason, I thought the stupid cans were made out of aluminum, and the neodymium magnets are so strong. When I put them in the top of the cement, they would get attracted to the can and just flop over and flip over and stick to the sides. And I realized this wasn't going to work. Especially, I couldn't find the little bolts and washers, so they wouldn't have stuck down inside the concrete anyway. But it's still a good idea. I just think I would probably use some fiberglass resin, or use countertop concrete that doesn't have aggregate in it, and some little bolts and washers. So those are my two failures. You can see what I went through and the time I spent, and it really didn't work out too well for me. When I make videos, put up a do-it-yourself videos, and you see that they work, not all of them work. I thought you might be interested in seeing the thought processes that go through some of the stuff I try to come up with. I'm going to try in the future to do more and more things where I think people would actually do. I don't think anybody would have ever done the stove out with the 2x3s. It was a fun thought experiment. It's still doable. I don't know. Back of my mind, I still might give it a shot. But I have to find some place I can burn it handily. So that's my failures for this week. I've never done, in 10 years, I've never made a failure video. I thought you might be interested. I put on new videos every week when my dog isn't barking and running around the house like a madman and my neighbors aren't putting in new kitchens. Hope you liked the video. Come back and watch more. Put on new stuff every week. Got some fine people I put on my channel I feature. No relation. I just think they got some pretty cool stuff going on you might want to check. And I got a lot of neat playlists and over 600 videos. And y'all come back. And if you're not doing videos, you ought to try making them yourself. They're a lot of fun to do. All right, I'm rambling here. That's always a sign. It's time for me to go. If you like my videos, don't forget to check out my links to Amazon. If you buy anything there, they throw me a few pennies. It helps out. I don't have a Patreon. I'm not going to use Patreon. I just figure if somebody's going on Amazon anyway, they could use the link. All right, I'm still rambling here. All right, guys. I'll tell you what, I got something cool I'm working on right now. I think it's going to work. In fact, it's already worked. I just haven't made the video yet. If you have any acid reflux or GERD, if you have a problem with your throat or nose burning with acid reflux, I made a sodium bicarbonate spray with a spray bottle. I've not seen anybody else do it. It works really good, and it's something that is really good for your health because you won't be taking a lot of antacids or proton pump inhibitors. It's something you could actually get rid of the acid and the pepsin that's lining your throat, your nasal passages. All right, I'll put that on as soon as I can. It's something that might be very helpful for some people to help their health. All right, guys, we're going close at 10 minutes. I don't usually do stuff like this. Usually just 2 or 3 minutes. All right, guys. I thought it was going to sign off a few minutes ago. Waiting for the dog. All right, guys, take care. See you out there.